Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Media. I'm Nerdy.
And I'm Essence, y'all.
All right, folks. You know we got another big show for you guys. This week we're going to get into this. It was a special on HBO.
That's a whole series they've
Yeah, a
created.
whole series about this knucklehead Robert Durst.
Oh, but he's not a Robert. He's not a knucklehead. He's a rich guy. How can
Oh,
he be
that's
a
right.
knucklehead?
He can't be a thug or he's killing people. He's not a thug, huh? So we're going to get into that. And then, of course, y'all know. Then we're going to get into Common. Common said some stuff on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart about...
Bless his soul.
Bless his heart, but I got to take him apart. And then we're going to get into some...
You auditioning to rap now?
I'm auditioning to rap.
Yeah, bless his heart, but I got to take him apart. You rhyming on the
Ooh,
low.
did that rhyme? I didn't even
Rhyming
know.
on the low
Okay,
there.
I didn't even know that rhymed. So then we're going to get into that. Okay, so now, this Robert Durst stuff is... this dude, Robert Durst, is a special case.
And don't he look like a special case?
Yes, he do. And you ought to see him throughout the times. There have been times where he changed his the way he looked, dressed like a woman. But anyway,
Ugly woman.
he murdered. Well, we know he murdered one person because he admitted to doing that.
Yeah.
Right? He admitted to murdering this guy right here, Morris Black. But we're going to get to that. First, we're going to talk about his first wife, who just became... who went disappeared in what year was that?
She just went poof in 1982.
Gone. Can you believe that?
She was standing there, and then all of a sudden it was an ellipse. You know those little three dots that trail off at a sentence? It was an ellipse there, dot, 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 and she was gone.
And she was gone. Can you believe that? And and so we're gonna get into that. We already into it.
Yeah.
So
throw it at me.
No. So I was watching the HBO special, and what I couldn't believe is I'm not even gonna call it a documentary. You know, I'm gonna start calling them. I want to try to make up a word, a humane ockery or something, because it's like they just humanizing them.
Humockery.
That's what I'm saying. A humockery. Yeah.
It's a mockery of humanity. A humockery.
A humockery. But what they really doing is they taking these criminals, mostly rich criminals or white, well-off criminals, and trying to humanize them and give you the whole story.
Oh, but Negroes just kill each other.
Yeah, that's, we talk about that all the time.
It's just black on black crime because black people don't respect black people.
And where's the white on white crime at?
Oh,
the moniker. Oh, we don't see that.
They're in humockeries.
Okay, and so
I like that word.
Right, and so his wife, they've never found her body. And so on the show, they had her friends talking about how when she went missing. But what got me, what I don't really understand is, back in the 80s and the 70s, her friends, she was telling her friends. Now, this is his wife, right? She was telling her friends that if she go missing, to look at him. Now, if you're in a situation where you got to think like that and tell your friends stuff like that, then I think it's about time to let it go.
Situation. But he is the son of a New York real estate mogul, so there was a lot of money involved in staying there. It's like, it might be something wrong here, but I'm going to risk it. It might just be worth risking it.
So you think it was because of the money she stayed there? Because she did come from like a working class background when they showed her family and stuff. And they went into that talking about.
She also looks like the kind of person who's like, I want to try to make my marriage work. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Right. And you know what happened too? She got to the point, and they showed this in the documentary, where she wanted to have kids and he didn't. So I think she got pregnant. Maybe she told him she was pregnant again, and he just wanted to get rid of her. I'm not trying to,
It could have been all kinds of things. It reminds me of that movie Gone Girl. Did you see that?
Gone Girl.
Yeah.
That's like a girl's movie.
Almost. No, it had your favorite actor of all time in there, Ben Affleck.
Oh, loves him.
And his wife had done things like that. She said stuff like, if something's wrong. No, she wrote a diary. Like, if something's wrong, I'm scared of this man. The man I love might kill me, blah, blah, blah. And then she disappears. And so, spoiler alert, turns out he didn't kill her, but you spend most of the movie thinking, this fool really killed his wife and trying to fake it off,
So,
but he didn't really kill her, and she really like killed somebody else. But I'm just saying, it's one of those things, kind of like American Sniper. Like, did the media just throw that out there to throw this off? throw the trail off because how did this all just correspond? I don't know.
Well, what I'm not understanding is this. Why did the guy was never arrested for domestic violence back then?
That's a good point.
Because they was going to the police.
That's,
Maybe back then because the woman really had to press charges and all that, right?
who knows? There's all kinds of things that they might have said back then in terms of the law. But here's one thing I've noticed. The law changes. They may do things right or wrong, but the way the media covers it lets us know how they're gonna change the laws in the future. You know, so the media didn't cover it, but
so you're saying if the media don't make a big issue out of it, then it's not going to be a big story, basically.
It's not going to be a big story. People not going to get riled up about it, and nothing's going to change. But you let a black person beat their wives, and then they start looking at
then they're gonna
Billie
create
Holiday
new laws.
movies.
It's gonna be on the front page. See, and what gets me too is they had a prosecutor. I seen her on Fox News a lot, Janine Pirro, right? Maybe that's why she became. She's been after him for many years. So in his last trial, well, we ain't gonna get to that, right? So then next, this dude he goes.
I know he done messed over so many people. It's hard to keep it all in chronological order. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
So he has a close friend who has mob connections. This girl right here. Her daddy was in the mob, right? So she came up missing. She was murdered, right? So, and this was in L.A. Now, this fool, they show in the show where he flies out to L.A. No, he flies out to California, but he flies into Northern California with Smart.
And
then they show the time frame where he could have went down to L.A. and killed her, but who
knows?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't take out Connie Corleone like that and think something. No, I'm just kidding.
She said Connie Corleone.
No, but that's not Connie Corleone. That's Sharon.
What was her name?
Why you want to do me like that?
Susan Berman. Yeah, that's her, right?
I had to check my notes. You know my handwriting.
Right. And so now the killer sent a letter to the police, right? Sent a letter to the police and saying it was a murder, just basic, the address spelt Beverly Hills wrong and everything, right?
Wow.
So then they go whatever, right? So no one ever looks at him. So finally they're going to look at him for that murder. So he goes on a run, he hides, changes his name, he moves to Galveston, Texas. So he living in Galveston, Texas. At first he living as a woman, right?
Right.
So then his neighbor
pissed off at his neighbor.
Right.
Elderly Mr. Black.
That dude right there, Morris Black. Now what I'm not understanding is he admits to killing this man.
Not only did he kill him, but what he does now, to my mind, really sets the stage for why we can't find the other bodies.
White on white crime. Hello, but go ahead.
He didn't just kill him. He took 2 saws and an axe and something else. I forgot what other tool it was, and cut his body up and tossed him in the bay.
He did that.
He did that and admitted to it openly in court that, I got mad at him. We were fighting over a gun and he died. So I cut him up and threw him in the water.
He admitted to this.
He admitted to that in court. That's how they found him, because they found this man's body parts just floating in Galveston Bay. Just floating. Because I guess he didn't realize that a bay don't have the same kind of current as, up in New York. He could take the woman's body out and dump it, and it hits that current, that North Atlantic current. And
it was floating, all the man's body parts.
Yeah, but a bay is like a lake. It don't move. The water don't move like that. Whereas if he took body parts off into the ocean, that's shark bait. And you got an ocean by New York. You got an ocean by L.A., Atlantic and Pacific. That's my theory on this.
Now, the funny part about it is they had an investigator, and this man right here, Cody Casales, I was watching the documentary, and when Durst got off for killing this man. Now, folks, he admitted to killing the man
In court.
and said it was self-defense and cut up the body, and he was acquitted.
How
And
do you
y'all
do
want to
that?
be mad at OJ all the damn time? I'm.
Just so you know.
I mean, OJ didn't even admit it, even though we know he did it. He didn't even admit it.
He gonna
He
sit
got
down
off.
in
This
your
man
face.
got acquitted. But this trial wasn't. That's what's getting me about all these, when they bring up all these old trials. They'll show you how the media was covering it, but they wasn't presenting these trials in a manner of where we were remembering and was sticking our mind. It was like back page stuff, but they covering it now like they was really all over the story.
Because that's bananas. Even, you know what? Even after they found him, he jumped bail after he first killed Morris Black. They gave him bail when they found the body parts.
And he took off on the run.
He took off on the run.
He took off on the run.
And they caught him
And then they caught him.
in Pennsylvania. Did you see how they caught him?
Wait, his
homeboy went into the store and stole a sandwich and a Band-Aid and put the Band-Aid on his face like it's a mustache.
Get the hell out of here.
That's what he stole. That's what he got. They stopped him for shoplifting, a Band-Aid and a chicken salad sandwich. And at the time, he had $500 in his pocket and $37,000 in his car.
$37,000 in cash, and $500 in
his pocket.
So now, on the show, they trying to make it look like, oh, he wanted to get caught. Because why would a man go in there and steal a sandwich?
Because he
said it. Because exactly, I thought I could get away with it. I just wanted to see if I could get away with it.
He's an asshole. He wanted to get away with it. Oh, but if he had been a black man, he would have been all kinds of thugs, and he would have been a drug dealer just for having that kind of money on him, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Now, so the man who did the documentary, that man right there on HBO,
look like him. Is that his son?
Might be a relative. Okay, because he sure did talk about how he liked him and stuff. Knowing this man done killed one man, and maybe and then now they trying to get him for 2 other murders of missing teen girls in California.
So in other words, we got a serial killer here.
Well, they was calling him a serial killer anyway, because you know once you kill 3, you're a serial killer. So his wife, his friend, that's Susan Berman, and then Morris Black, right? So now look how he gets caught. At the end of the documentary, because it was a 5, maybe a 6-part documentary. At the end, after the last interview, it's over with, whatever, right? So he has to use the restroom, but his mic is still live, his wireless mic. I wonder if they did that on purpose, because he did that earlier a couple times in the show, because he's an old guy. He probably forgot the mic was there. So he goes in the bathroom, and he's whispering to himself about, oh, they got me. Oh, did I kill him? Of course I killed him. So now L.A. police, that's what they using to go arrest him. They just found him in New Orleans.
They just arrested him, 3 days ago?
Right. And he was getting ready to hit the road again. Okay, this man was getting ready to hit the
time.
Hello. This man was getting ready to hit the road again. He ain't playing. He is not playing. So now what gets me is LAPD must be sorry, because on the show, what they showed was, okay, usually what happens when someone sends a letter to the police? Like, and you know it's the killer. Only the killer could have sent it because it said a cadaver, which is a dead body or whatever.
Trace it, dust it for fingerprints.
They're going to go look for handwriting. This man has sent other letters to this woman spelling Beverly Hills all wrong too. And LA police never looked into that. And y'all wonder why we don't like LAPD.
But they can't be the only ones.
If that had been Tookie Williams, they would have been made up his handwriting and shit.
LAPD, NYPD, apparently New Orleans PD, Galveston PD, all of them got the same problem. It's kind of strange. It's like how they all have.
Is he paying off all these motherfuckers?
He don't have to. Stereotypes do it. Just like all those different
That's
places
what they said in
got
court.
Stereotypes about us. They got the same stereotypes.
He couldn't do it. He's a little old guy.
He's a little old guy.
Rich man.
Why would he do
His
such
family
a thing?
just won a big time contract on the new 9/11 building. His family business. It's amazing how they can get away with it. And I also seen on 48 Hours another dude who killed his wife. This dude killed his wife. Okay, now I'm watching this humockery.
That's exactly what it is.
And what I don't understand is they humanizing him. They got him going through the cell. He talking about how he living terrible and bad. And you sitting there going like, Why the fuck are y'all showing this shit?
They want to prove to you that they do arrest white people too.
Yeah, but the media, that's why we here, because now we starting to realize it ain't really white people who don't, it's they getting the wrong information about everything. This fool we never heard. We always talk about that fool, so we ain't gonna even go into that fool. Y'all can just do research on his name. Y'all
give them time. Leave it up there for a minute so they can get the spelling right.
Okay, so now what we not understanding is when we never heard of Durst. We never heard of Durst until he committed the third murder. That's when it started being in the news. Now, they'll show us all these newspaper clippings and all these newspaper
stuff. They get off of page 32. That
was on the back page. Wasn't on the front page, and they'll blow it up to make it look like it was headline news. And then the tabloids will cover it big, but they'll make jokes about it so you won't take it all serious. Whereas it was a brother, they would have it like the whole country would be scared and put in fear.
It will be the trial of the century.
Uh-oh. Don't say that now. Don't you dare say that. What you just say?
Ooh,
what you just say?
Trial of the century.
It will be the trial of the century. Now, you got anything else to say on that?
I think you and this humockery have said it all.